Hey friends, how you doing? It's Friday. Let me fix myself here. Yeah, I just put this back on because I just worked for dinner last night. I'm just recapping my evening. Randy is a good friend and a big supporter of my music since he first heard me back in the 80s. And I am eternally humbled at his true regard for my work. Yeah, there was a time when I was just ready to let it go, because I was so disappointed and my low self-esteem and a bunch of other things, and, not doing well with trying to get with the business part of, the records and everything. It almost destroyed me, and I do have to thank Randy as being one of the people who, his faith, I suppose is a word you could use, or rather his love of my work, was an inspiration to not let it go. I will be honest though that when I quit music publicly, I was still making music at home actually. He brought to mind something that I never thought of, or really hadn't really thought of in regards to folks here that may be trying to collect my music, because some of you might. But this Digital Sex CD, Essence and Rarities, this is the version that Randy put out in the US. Essence and Charm originally was released in a different version in France, limited edition. But when we had this remastered, which Steve Sheehan, I give him credit, he took the helm of this and made it happen. He added extra songs, and a couple of those extra songs are, one is from my second Dereck 2 EP, which you can't find anymore. I'll show it. I keep my records right here for reference. Yeah. I only had 200 of these pressed up, and the opening track, Dream Music, which I'm still very proud of. I am. It's there's a remastered version on here. Dream Music. Now there's another rarity of mine. Done My Time is also on here, which was never released, except on one of those cassettes that I put out in the 80s that I made by hand. So this is still available for $10 directly from Randy. I left the link on my last video. I'll put it on this video too. Still very proud of this record too. And you can hear, once you hear this, you'll hear the direct correlation between Digital Sex and my music now, because it's my music. This is my music. Friendship is the best, it is just the best. Randy stayed too late, he has some health issues like many of us, and he's on a pretty strict health regimen for his fibromyalgia, and he stayed too late because we were just it was wonderful, because I liked it about real friends. You can talk about the good things and you can talk about the tough stuff, and you stay together, you don't waver. And we got into some heavy stuff last night that we needed to talk about band, about the past, about health issues, mine as well as his wife's, some heavy stuff, and I just really value Randy as a friend. I posted on Facebook this morning, real friends are better than gold. I've got a couple. Randy's one of them. I listened to this last night almost all the way through. I'll be honest with you. I was way more impressed with this than I thought I would be. I remember the Millions. I played shows with them. I have one of their singles. Randy did a bang-up job on getting these tapes onto disc. A lot of great songs. Harry Dingman's guitar playing, which is really central to For Against, as well as Jeff Running's songwriting, is all over this. So folks that like For Against, you want to check out the Millions. Am I doing some shameless self-promotion or promotion for Randy? Well, of course I am. You know, it's like, hey, nothing wrong with me doing that. This is my television screen to the world, and I'm giving you information I want you to have. I can do this if I want to. You know, I'm saying this because I understand that there are some folks who don't like the idea of VC members selling stuff. Well, first off, whoever that is never had the balls to speak to me personally, directly, and what I do on my channel is none of your fucking business, okay? I'm just about had it with bullshit from bullshit. I've just had it, you know. I'm free to do exactly what I want over here. I ain't hurting nobody. The other thing that's cool about friendship is some music for me doesn't work anymore outside of the context of sharing it with someone. A perfect example of that was listening to this last night, On the Beach by Neil Young. It wasn't that long ago that I put this on by myself, and I had to take it off because it just wasn't working. Last night, this was fantastic. With listening to it with Randy, everything wonderful about this album, including the opening track, which I have to look and tell you the title, just came alive. You know what I'm saying? Some music is just better like that when you share it with people, with a friend. Yeah, Walk On. We just vibed up on Neil Young on the beach last night. Flippin' fantastic. The other thing I want to share with the new viewer who didn't know about my situation with the blues, let me just say one more thing, because I know I'm not understood. I don't choose it, but I hear the blues all the time, and I can appreciate it with others. Like when I went to Chicago with my friend Gary recently to see Jack DeJohnette. We listened to almost nothing but blues, you know. I am not missing anything. I know what it is I know what the blues is. And I'm done with it. Personally, I'm done with it. Okay, what else? We talked and talked and talked. Randy reminded me about the letter E. He's thinking that he may have sent me something by them, and I still haven't found it yet. But we didn't play this, but we talked about the Vibrating Egg because we're both big REM fans. And this is Jefferson Holt, REM's original manager. This is a record that he made. I don't think it's very good, but merely because of who it is, Randy wants it, which I understand. I turned Randy on to... Did I put it away? No. Here, yeah. Come on, Dereck. Where are your records at? Catatonia. We listened to Catatonia last night because Randy is a big Porcupine Tree fan. And as a matter of fact, Randy is... Here it is. Randy is one of the people that helped me to buy a bunch of rare Porcupine Tree on vinyl. He bought a collection. It's all right. He bought a collection, and then he offered. This is when I had money, because I spent, I think, almost $1,000 on the collection. So that's how I got some of that rare stuff via Randy. But he dug this, and he could see the connection I hear between Porcupine Tree, and he can also. I don't know if he caught it, but Catatonia is doing something with their sound and feeling that I wish Porcupine Tree would. This has more feeling. I love Porcupine Tree's music, but it has no feeling. And that music could use some. It really could. Randy is a big friend and fan of the band Sloan. He gave this to me last year. We listened to part of this last night. Fantastic. And we talked again about the fickleness of the music business, because this is pure Beatles magic. Pure. These guys are fabulous. If it was really just about the music, again, this is just me opining, but if this world was really about what things are supposedly what they're really about, Sloan would be huge worldwide, because these guys are amazing pop meisters. But it's not just about the music. It's about so many other things, you know. This is excellent. We listened to Sun Ambulance last night because I was talking about my involvement with Sun Ambulance. I'm a fan. This album, Euphemistic, before I joined the band, I had Joe sign it because I'm a fan. And I played for Randy because he had not heard this album. I played for him the song "A Book Laid on Its Binding." Now I'm not in the right mood now to switch because it's a deep, somber song. It's hard. Hit him like a ton of bricks last night. Sun Ambulance. Here's something else. I don't want to reveal too much. I know things. Joe, I'll say it like this. Joe and Conor Oberst, when they worked together, I'll bet you Conor learned more from Joe than Joe learned from Conor musically. I'll put it like that. And it's raggedy. I mean, some of the songs you can hear the mistakes and everything. It's like they can barely play these songs. But what Joe is laying down, whoo. Sun Ambulance. I'm so proud to be in this band. Yes, I am a member of this band still. If they do something, like I said, I just talked to Joe. If and when he activates Sun Ambulance, I'm in. I played this for Randy last night. Remember I just told some of y'all about this? I just bought this in Chicago. Jens Corelius. I took a chance on it. Turns out it's a Norwegian artist, kind of folk electronic. This is really good. Randy caught it. Matter of fact, it was so good that we'd be talking and it would distract him. Oh, this is really good. Jens Corelius. Right now I got some Hot Chip going on in the background. Before that was a song by Fields of the Nephilim. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back to that one. I like Hot Chip, but I spent just a little bit of time last night on Facebook, first time in a while, and got to talking about music, and this came up, Fields of the Nephilim, and Warren Ev actually reminded me of how good this song is, off of Elysium. Another quick thing I want to say is that something else that came up in comments is genres. Folks ask me, so are you into neo-folk and neo-pagan? No. I really hate genres. And I just, you hear me say genres because, we have to use them as identifiers. I just know when I hear something I really like. And it just really has nothing to do with genre, including the blues, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just so obvious that the blues has one song to sing that I've heard way too many times. I love a heartfelt, heart-wrenching song, and it comes in all kinds of forms. So that was kind of in regards to the In Gowan Ring that I played. Yeah, I'm just not into genres, and I know that some people, their entire lives, like being a goth and dressing goth, and that's cool, and punk and dressing punk, and being pagan and dressing neo-pagan, that's cool, but that's not me. I mean, it's probably a blessing in disguise that being a black kid in the 60s and 70s, enamored with rock music, I couldn't emulate the look. I had short hair, I'm dark-skinned, I have a big nose, I was poor, so I couldn't afford cool clothes, and I think in the long run, I used to hate that. I used to cry. I used to cry myself to sleep, lamenting that I couldn't be cool. I think it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because I feel, I'll say it very egotistically, I have transcended style. I am who I am, always have been. I don't go in and out of style, I'm always here. And I feel the same way about music. It's like, if I like something, it ain't about the style or the it's not about that. I can appreciate it, but it's about the music. It's about what the music is bringing. Just wanted to share that. We listened to Icky Blossoms together last night, and I was able to tell my story to Randy again about, the business end of this, where I knew that I was going to help them. And I tried to get paid for it, and I didn't. And I don't hold resentment. You know, because I saw it. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, just, you know, it was just great to share the story, you know. I've already talked 15 minutes and I have hardly showed you records, but I'm not going to stay on here. A couple more things here that got pulled out is another Sloan single I have, Anything You've Done Wrong. So I'll show that right quick. And we were talking about Kleeman, the guy from Denmark that I play with. His new record will be out next year. I'm on it, along with the drummer from the Romantics. Did the sessions. Produced by Ellis Clark, who's worked with Epic Soundtracks and the Psychedelic Furs. But I showed him Jeep. This was the band that Gunnar Kleeman was in back in Denmark when he was younger. Of course, you never heard anything about this outside. There's a cool-ass picture of Gunnar right there. That's who I play with when he was a young man. Providing things go as we plan them to go. I'll be out on tour in the spring with Kleeman, promoting the new album, which I'm on. Okay. I try to look for a way to bring this to a close, you know, in a nice way, because it's like I can never complete my thoughts anymore. You know, it's like there's always more to share. So I'll share this. For the last folks that ordered vinyl this week, I still don't have mailers, so I haven't mailed them out yet. Folks, please be patient, because I don't want to send the records in some funky homemade boxes, you know. I want to do my best to get the music to you intact in good shape, okay? I'll see you.